You don't really believe in microbes, do you? Anyway, not the sinister kind that lurk in dark corners, under the furniture or the pots and pans, waiting to attack you. Nor does Anne, newly married and still starry-eyed about it all. Even cooking simple dishes is a bit of a mystery, though this food looks good enough and everything is quite clean. Or is it? She's used this tea towel for a week. It's stained with food by now, and it'll be swarming with germs. In fact, wherever one looks there are germs. Invisible to the eye, unfortunately. It's the same in your kitchen. No one wants germs to be an obsession, but one must know something about them to deal with them properly. Yes, it's a clean enough kitchen to the casual visitor, but suppose a bacteriologist were to examine it. She could start taking anywhere. This drawer knob, for instance, which everyone's fingered. She'll pick up any bacteria which are there and smear them onto a special protein jelly where they'll grow. The same with the tea towel. There should be a startling result here. Oh, look, the housefly, a real germ carrier, soiling everything it touches. Now the dishes go into an incubator at 98 degrees. This is the heat at which germs develop best. It's no accident that it's also the heat of our own bodies. In this damp, warm room, bacteria will grow enormously overnight. These are the same dishes the next morning. There are masses of germs in each dish. These all came off the knob on the drawer. These from the back of the chair, the tabletop, the tea towel. And this is where the fly walked, spattering germs as he went from his mouth and feet. If we look at these specimens even more closely through a microscope, we shall find dangerous germs. For instance, streptococci. It's these germs that can cause a bad sore throat and sometimes even more serious illnesses. Here are salmonella, each one splitting in half and becoming 2, and those 2 becoming 4 every 20 or 30 minutes. If you eat food with salmonella in it, the germs grow so fast you'll be ill in 10 or 12 hours and out of circulation for a week or more. Here's another perfectly ordinary kitchen. But suppose we could actually see the prints left by these hands, our hands, in the course of a day.
There are probably hundreds of germs in each of these handprints. Flies and scavenging animals can get in and spread germs. Keep the lids on and keep the flies out. Better still, burn rubbish and kill any germs it may carry.
This kitchen has just about everything that money can buy. which is not surprising since Ruth is a successful interior decorator. You wouldn't think a germ could get a foothold anywhere here, would you? Today is Sunday, the only day Ruth finds time to prepare her favorite dishes. It's hard to believe anyone so well-groomed and efficient would share her kitchen with thousands of germs. But that's exactly what she is doing. Who can tell where Samson's nose has been? Pets are fine, but not where food is being prepared. Hygiene is a matter of the right habits, not the right gadgets. Now this is much more down to earth. Pam and young Bobby are a handful, but the important rules of cleanliness are not forgotten, even if the cherry is hard to resist. Mum likes pets too, but she washes her hands before touching food. The table they eat at has a hard surface, and they keep it clean. The family have their stew piping hot. It's good that way, and the heat kills the bacteria.
Serve food really hot, or cool it quickly in the larder. Both heat and cold will keep the germs inactive. If you use a fridge, don't cram it with non-essentials. Take out everything that doesn't need chilling, and let the air flow round the rest of the food. These are Clostridium welshi. They cause food poisoning. When it's too dry or too hot, most bacteria die. But not Clostridium welshi. They turn back into seeds of themselves, so to speak, called spores. These yellow spots are the spores, and they can easily survive cooking. In shepherd's pie, for example. As the pie cools, the spores turn back into active bacteria. And yet the pie may look and taste perfectly all right. That's why food like this must be chilled and kept cold in between meals.
This is Molly, his wife, enjoying the television. This? Well, this is the villain of the piece. A trifle that Molly cooked yesterday and left in a warm place all night. Bill ate some of that trifle. He ate a lot of it. Funny, he doesn't feel so well. It must have been something he ate. Molly feels all right. She didn't eat much. She's trying to slim, but poor Bill feels rotten. And it's hardly surprising. This is a sample from which a laboratory test has been made. Just look at those microbes. Molly tries giving Bill a glass of bicarbonate. But she can't see this. This is what all those microbes are doing in Bill's inside. No wonder he doesn't feel well. All he wants to do is to lie down. Perhaps he'll be able to sleep it off, give his body a chance to fight back. He's having a very bad night. The resistance of his own body is winning. He'll beat those microbes yet. He He won't be fit for a couple of days or so, but he's really much better. More important, Molly's guessed the cause of the trouble. It doesn't pay to be careless with food. She's going to get rid of it properly. And Bill? Well, when he's up and about again, he decides it's about time he put a ventilator on that food cupboard so that the food will cool properly. And that's the end of the story. Luckily for Bill, he got off easily. These microbes may be invisible, but they're dangerous, and the story could well have had another ending.
There are always bacteria in the home. It's natural enough. It can't be avoided. What does cause trouble is letting dangerous bacteria multiply. Surfaces should be hard material and kept thoroughly clean. Flies are always a danger, so keep rubbish well covered. Even better, burn it. Stop bacteria multiplying in food by serving it really hot, and be sure food which should be cooled is cooled quickly. The most important thing is to stop the transport of germs by hand. They travel from food to hands and from hands to food. They move from hand to mouth, and it goes on all day in 101 ways. Hands are the main agents of infection in the home. The only way is to wash the times, and particularly after using the lavatory. If these simple things are kept in mind, bacteria will be no problem. Your home will look better, and you will be healthier.